Hey everybody, and welcome to day 4 of the Rising Sun previews. So today's cards are cards that give you debt when you play them. So I'm going to be playing some games against hard AI, mostly to just demonstrate the new cards. I'm not really playing to win, at least that's my excuse. Let's be real, hard AI actually beats me quite a lot of the time anyway. So on this kingdom we have Gold Mine. Costs 5 action card, +1 card, +1 action, +1 buy. You may gain a gold and get 4 debt. Now gaining the gold is optional, but if you do gain it, you must take the 4 debt as well. It comes along as a package deal with the gold. Let's have a Root Seller, +3 cards, +1 action, and +3 debt. So that is 2 laboratories worth of draw for only 3 coins, but it is going to cost you money to get that draw. How much are you willing to pay for your draw? Returning from day 1, we have Poet. That is our omen for this game, because we have Great Leader as our prophecy. After each action card you play, +1 action. This is like the unlimited actions from Champion from Adventures. It kicks in as soon as the tokens run out, and it turns out we don't actually have any villages, so that should be quite useful for us. I guess Captain technically counts as a village in a way. We also have Pious Captain as well. So we've started off with a 5. We do have Infirmary actually. I like that. We might be able to trash some early estates. So let's get going on that. Look at that. We got rid of an estate. That was pretty good. And now we've drawn 3. Due to our early start with trashing, I think we're just going to take a silver right now. And we should be able to get going with this Infirmary, actually. This is pretty good. With 4, you know, I would really like Blockade. However, I also really want to get the Great Leader going. Our opponent has bought a Poet, so they will actually help contribute to Great Leader. So I think I'm going to take the Blockade first, actually. And now that we've drawn 5, would really like Trickster to get cursing an opponent. It's just a little helpful to that. I mean, Infirmary's pretty good anyway, getting rid of the curses. Arguably, it's not that good right now. It's going to be hard to play it as well with a Blockade and Infirmary, so maybe instead we could be using something like Gold Mine. Let's give that a try. Now, if I play Infirmary here, it's going to draw a card, miss the shuffle. I'd rather not do that. We're going to take a Poet with Blockade. And let's get a Root Seller going. Now is the time to get some non-terminal draw in before we have our Great Leader. We're going to play Poet first. That's drawn a copper. And then we get to trash this estate. Now, unfortunately, we did draw the Gold Mine dead. Never mind. And Great Leader's going to be kicking off soon, so let's get a Barge for now. I think it's going to be okay to play this Root Seller. I'd like to get 6, which I'm not going to do with the debt, to be fair. But we did get to draw the Gold Mine, so you know what? I'm going to take the gold anyway. The Poets are being blockaded right now. Well, I'll take another blockade, actually. And we've paid off all our debt. That's all we get to do. I guess I didn't get to take the Captain in the end, but never mind. Still not ready with the Great Leader just yet, unfortunately. We only have the 1 Poet, so we're not going to be able to utilise it first. I am going to play this Root Seller. And let's see, 3. I have 5 money. Would I rather get a 5 this turn? I think I would. I think 7's a little bit too much right now for me. I should know what my next 3 cards are if I was paying enough attention. But I think I would be better off gaining another Poet for now, and then another Barge. And next turn, because the Poet will be in my start hand, we can make use of Great Leader straight away, although hard AI has triggered Great Leader, so it didn't matter in the end. But we get to draw that first. That whiffed. We're going to draw with Root Seller. We did not find one of our barges, never mind. Let's take Gold Mine. let's continue gaining golds here. We should be able to get quite a lot of gold fairly quickly, I hope. Infirmary will draw us another card. And we get to blockade. And we can focus a little bit more on draw. I'm actually going to get more root sellers than if we can't afford the barges. We only have 2 money left. So this is the thing with the gold mine, and root seller. We are putting ourselves in a lot of debt, but we are building up a deck that is able to draw quite a lot of golds. So hopefully that will start paying off for us a big time soon. A little bit of a slowdown temporarily, but it should be fine. We can draw now with barge and play the root seller this time. And then the poets. Perhaps the poets should have gone earlier. We did get a hit there with root seller. I don't think we need to play this one, actually, but we can gain another gold. Oh, well, what we can do is we can leave the barge for next turn. If we really want the gold, which I'm not sure we really do need it this turn. It doesn't look like there's a great way to draw. We could draw with the barge, but I'm actually going to do that for next turn. I'm going to blockade. What can we do with develop here? We could get a 4 and a 2. That's not so great. We could trash the poets that we don't really need anymore into 5s and 3s. That looks actually really good, so I'm going to take that. We're not going to play the root seller. We just don't need the draw. It would pay for itself with the next gold, but it doesn't matter. And we've got 5 left over. Brilliant. We can actually go for trickster now, I think. I know I wanted barges, but I think we're all right for now. Don't quite need the barges just yet. But we are gaining a lot of golds, so we really are going to want them soon. Villain is actually worth considering here as well. I think it can do some damage to our opponent. Not much, but drawing is quite easy. Hard AI there did manage to draw quite a lot. It's getting some big turns, so we need to scale up pretty fast. I'm going to take the gold, use root seller, and we're going to play it again. And there we go, we got to barge. But before we do that, we can trash poet for a barge and another develop. And then we can play the barge to draw. The poet at the moment will hit the gold. That's not going to work. But we can just develop the other poet, actually, into another barge and another develop. Might be too many develops, actually. Let's take another root seller. We can always develop it next turn. We can infirm the copper. We can play that. Might as well play the barge for next turn. And we can blockade another 4-cost card. We can't take another blockade, sadly, so we'll take another poet. We definitely don't want to play that root seller. We've got 10 debt. At some point we should probably stop gaining so many golds, but actually, you know what, it's okay to keep gaining golds. I would really like to take this other barge. It doesn't feel great with 7, but we could not play a copper and trash one and use captain. Is captain even that good? Not necessarily. Maybe we'll go for the villain. Actually, let's just take the barge. I think that's the safest play. Do we really want an estate? No, we're not going to do it. And we might as well set aside a gold. Don't think we're at risk of piles emptying just yet. So, although we should really be taking stock of what hard AI can do. Well, I was not, in fact, taking stock of what hard AI could do. I was not watching the blockade pile. Whoops. Well, never mind. I should be paying more attention, yes. So we were actually building up to a pretty big payout deck here, you know, 4 golds and so on. We just didn't really watch piles. That was pretty sad. We had barge with a lot of buys, and our hard AI had 6 blockades, just emptied the estate pile with those. So that was a silly flub on my part. Never mind. Right, let's take a look at Kingdom 2. Okay, and so here we are in Kingdom number 2. So what do we have here? So our new card is Change. If you have any debt, get 3 coins. Otherwise, trash a card from your hand and gain a card costing more coins than it. plus debt equal to the difference in coins. So this is a remodel variant. It's a little bit like Butcher. You can basically spend money to remodel up as high as you need to go. In this case, it comes in the form of debt. Now, there are some restrictions here. You have to gain a card costing more than it, so it cannot trash provinces into more provinces. And also, it doesn't work if you are actually in debt. So after you've played a change, you don't really get to play another one. Now, there is actually a rules change for debt, and that is that you do get to pay off debt at any time. So if you happen to have coins from action cards, you can pay it off just before you play your second change, and then you get to play another one. We have Rustic Village from day one as our omen, and that is because we have a new prophecy, Sickness. At the start of your turn, choose one, gain a curse onto your deck, or discard 3 cards. So this is a bit like Torturer, but even more harsh. But you're only going to get hit by it once at the start of your turn. Now, because it says at the start of your turn, it doesn't trigger immediately for you. So if you trigger the prophecy, then your opponent will get hit by it first. And we have a new event as well. Gather costs 7. Gain a card costing exactly 3, a card costing exactly 4, and a card costing exactly 5. We also have the Avanto Sauna promo pile here, and some artifacts from Border Guard. So looking at this kingdom, Masquerade. Now that's actually an interesting one with Sickness, because the curse goes to the top of your deck, you play a Masquerade, you draw the curse, then you get to pass it along. Interesting. We would like the Masquerade first. Now this is Ironworks. I think Ironworks is going to be pretty good here. It's quite a lot of 4-cost cards, so Ironworks looks excellent. There is a risk of drawing it dead with Masquerade, never mind if so, but we didn't do that. And there we go, we trashed an estate, and now we have 5. That really makes me want to pick up a trading post, actually. We did manage to hit 5 really early, so that's quite nice. If we can get trashed really quickly and then trigger Sickness, that might actually hurt our opponent. We do want to consider draw, and Sauna Avanto is a good draw for us. But what do we want right now? Probably another Ironworks, actually. We're just going to go all in on Ironworks here. Camel Train can get us golds eventually. That would be really nice. I don't have any villages yet, so I'm actually just going to pick up an Oasis for now. Just get a little bit of cycling in. And we are now going to Ironworks ourselves a village, a rustic village. A change might be nice as well. I would really like to dig through to the Avantos too. Sauna is another way to trash, but we've actually already got some of those. We may not touch this pile, not yet. Let's try out change. Let's see how that goes. Okay. I think I will probably just play the trading post here. There we go, and that gets us up to 3 money, which... Camel Train, I think we can wait on Camel Train. Let's get a Border Guard. I think that'll be a good thing for our deck right now. Gonna pass this estate. And you've played another Masquerade. Alright, we'll have it back. 2 Masquerades is pretty nice. I mean, I have got the trading post instead, and maybe the Masquerades are better. Ironworks, let's get ourselves another village. We are going to change the estate into a Masquerade. And we're going to pay off the 1 debt. We had 2 debt. Didn't really matter. Couldn't get a Border Guard, but that's fine. Now you can take this copper. And then you can take this estate. There we go. Going to start off with the rustic village. Discard 2 cards for 1 card. I'm actually going to decline that. Have this copper. We will trash. We can pick up some junk with this Border Guard. Oh, well, there we go. Perfect. I guess we will take more draw. And we have 4 money. I'd really like the Avantos, to be honest. Maybe the town's actually going to be better at this point. Good, we still have a junk card. We're running out of junk pretty quickly because of our trading post. We want to get rid of the trading post soon. Now, Gather is going to get us trading posts. It could get us duchies as well. It could get us Avantos, actually. Maybe we want to be considering digging for Avantos at this point, actually. No, I will decline that. Well, okay, we can do this. And we can turn this copper into anything. So we can actually turn the copper all the way up to province. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I would like more money. Is just taking a gold a good idea here? Probably. Let's do that. We don't really need this trading post anymore. But it's a good change target. So we're not going to give it to our opponent. Not paying attention to what opponent's doing. He's getting money from his change. We would like to play the masquerades. We are not going to trash. Not yet. So our change is also going to give us money. Maybe that's better here for this turn. I think it is. And we have 4 money left. We should be able to start getting the Avantos fairly soon. And sickness has been triggered. I'd really rather not discard 3, so we're going to gain a curse to the top of our deck. And we're going to skip past it with Border Guard. Look at that. Brilliant. We can now pick up the Avantos. If we have enough money. In fact, we can do this. Brilliant. We don't really need the saunas, to be honest. Discard 3 or gain a curse. I would much rather gain the curse, but then again, this hand's pretty terrible, so I might even just discard 3, actually. Look at that, brilliant. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do that turn. It's a little bit sad. I need more villages. I've been gaining all these Avantos. We'll gain the curse and then we'll pass that to our opponent, shall we? I have too many masquerades and not enough villages. I'd rather not trash. We can get a 5. Yeah, let's get this Avanto. We're almost out of Avantos, sadly. Here's our Avantos at last. What are we going to pass this masquerade? You can have a Border Guard. Haliai has picked up all the Avantos, quite sadly. We're going to gain the curse. We get to do the Sauna Avanto tricks. There we go. Very nice. We get to masquerade you a curse. You're giving us a Border Guard. We've got our Border Guard back. You know, I would really like to change the trading post, so let's do that. Well, there's the Avanto. Perhaps I should have played the masquerade first. I don't have any more saunas. No, I think, well... It's a bit risky to play that. Hey, there's a village. I think now I get to play the Avanto, yeah. Oh, well, there's the sauna. Never mind. We would like more villages. Let's take towns. We've got to be very careful about piles, so I'm actually going to take a rustic village here. I would like to change the trading post. I sort of need more money, actually, so as much as the province would be nice. I just don't get to play these cards. And maybe I can take another town for the money, actually. Let's do it, and the buys. Perhaps a change would have been better, thinking about it. But I've made the decision now. Pass a card. You know, I'm going to give you any of these. You can have a sauna. This is a little bit sad, but that's fine. We'll gain a curse. Curses are running low, actually. I should be very careful about that. What does that mean I want to do? That means I'll use this as a village, and I will gain an estate. Oh, didn't quite draw an Avanto. Well, that's pretty sad. I got 6 money here. What can I do? If I gain a silver, I can get to 7, and I can use Gather to gain a duchy, and a 4, and a 3. Is that good for me? Maybe it is. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Use gather, and we're going to gain a card costing 3, which will be a more draw. Card costing exactly 4. There'll be another change, and then we're going to get a duchy as well. We only had 1 buy, so using gather was absolutely fine there. We've got to be careful about piles again. There is 2 towns and a curse, so, but you know, hard AI will probably use change actually. I'm going to assume yes he did. He turned a. Wait. He trashed a sauna into a province and didn't buy anything. Okay. Whew, that was scary there for a bit. We're going to gain a curse and use rustic village. I'm going to masquerade the curse to our opponent, and then we're going to trash one of them. Rustic village again. Rustic village again. Another masquerade. And I got the curse back again. This time Evanto and Sauna. Brilliant, look at this. There we go. We really should keep drawing, so we're going to keep doing that. I'd rather have the gold, to be honest. And we'll Borderguard again. I'd rather have the copper. And we can town, and we can masquerade. We're not going to trash anything at this point. Right, so we need to start thinking we can change 2 golds into 2 provinces, and then we need to gain 2 towns somehow. So we can ironworks 1 town. We haven't got quite enough money to buy the other one, unfortunately. In fact, the change, we can't actually play 2 changes. That's not allowed. We won't have enough money to do that. So we've got to be careful about that. That's not going to work. So what does that mean? That means we should keep drawing. There we go. We got another ironwork, so that might be helpful here. So we've got more money now. I would still like to change something. We could change our other change into a province, actually. Then we have 7 money. We could use an ironworks on a silver. We'd have 8 money. We could buy a province. So then we'd have 2 provinces. And then we need to somehow get rid of the last town. We don't have enough ironworks to do this. But we do have another draw that we can use. So let's do that. I'd rather you had the sauna, to be honest. There you go, you're giving me more money. We could get rid of a curse into... Okay, so we're going to need to think about this. We can only play 1 of these changes, but that's fine. We could use ironworks to empty 2 towns and end the game. We then need 9 points. So how can we get 9 points? Well, we can change a curse into a province. That gets us 7. But that's going to give us 8 debt. Well, we pay that off with the 2 golds and 2 coppers. Then we have 4 money left over. That's not quite enough for a gather, which would get us... Well, I'm sorry, no, just a duchy, not a gather. Maybe we don't want to change the curse into a province then. That would be nice, though. So when we count again, 7, that puts us to 10. Oh, we only need 2 more points at that point. Yeah, but we only have 4 money for 2 points. How annoying. Okay, so what else can we do? We can change a change into a province. That gives us 6 points instead and puts us at 9. Then we need 3 more points, but we've only lost 4 money, and we've got 8 to spend. And that's enough. We can gain another province at that point. So, I'm going to ironworks 2 towns. We are going to change a change into a province. We're going to play all of our treasures, and then we get to buy another province for the win. And there we go. We did actually beat hard AI this time. So that was the new cards. Let me see. So change is very powerful as well. You've got to really watch out. Very good remodel variant. You know, sickness caused all sorts of problems in that game when it came in, and we were able to use gather to really buff our deck up fairly quickly. So I really hope you enjoyed this preview video. I really look forward to tomorrow's one. Tomorrow's previews are quite the doozy, so be prepared for that one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.